Okay, so this next section, we are going to figure out whether rates are proportional or not. So in your notes, there's a section that is looking at 6/8 and 30/40, and it's right under 5.2, so you should be able to find it. So how do we tell if rates are proportional? There's two different ways. The first way, which I think is the easiest, is just looking at cross products. So we would do cross products. We multiply 8 times 30, and that has to equal the same thing as 6 times 40. Now, if those two things are the same number, then yes, it is proportional. So 8 times 30 is 240, and 6 times 40 is 240. So we would say yes, these are proportional. Then there is a second way to do it, and that's simply just looking at your unit rate. So we again have 6/8, and we have 30/40. And if these are proportional, they also have to have the same unit rate. So we simply find the unit rate of both. 6 divided by 8 equals 0.75, and 30 divided by 40 equals 0.75. So you can see they have the same unit rate, which means yes, they are proportional. When something's proportional, it means that the pattern is repeated and repeated and repeated. So for example, like we're saying, if we have, 2 stars to 1 circle, and then we have 4 stars to 2 circles, those would be proportional because they form the same unit rate over and over. Now let's say that we had 2 stars to 1 circle and 3 stars to 1 circle. These would not be proportional because we can't continually make groups of 2 stars in 1 circle. You can see here, if we do that, we have this random star hanging out. So these are not proportional. This does not have to go in your notes. So not in notes. I just want you to understand what it means for something to be proportional. Okay? So now we are going to look at another example to see if they're proportional or not. So we have 2/5 and 3/10. This is in your notes, so this information needs to be copied into your notes. So again, if something's proportional, we can do cross multiplication to figure it out. So 5 times 3 needs to equal 2 times 10. If those numbers are the same, then we know it's proportional. So 5 times 3 is 15, and 2 times 10 is 20. So no, these would not be proportional because when we cross multiply, you don't get the same answer. Again, we can also look at our unit rate. So we have 2/5 and 3/10. If I do 2 divided by 5, I get an answer of 0.4. If I do 3 divided by 10, I get an answer of 0.33. You can see not the same number. They do not have the same unit rate, so no, these numbers are not proportional. Okay, so make sure that you have copied these 2 examples into the 2 spots in your note. Next, you are going to watch the second video, and that's going to go through the word problem.